getting fit to run. So really common. This is important, whether you're already running and you're fit and you're doing everything you want to do. This is going to be important for you to hear and to just store in the memory bank if you're already fit and you're already running. Because if you're watching this, I think our average age of the group is 48, and my average patient age is about 49 or 50. So this, I think, applies to most of you, whether you're getting back in shape or you are fit now and you're fine, you're like, this doesn't apply to me. Just pay attention and just store this in the bank somewhere, in a file in the back. So getting in shape to run, I think the important thing is to recognize that as we get older, you're more likely to get hurt. And the more time you spend off of running because you're hurt, the harder it is to get back. So how do you go from, let's say, maybe you had even a hiatus because of life, like work was crazy for a couple months, you know, life was crazy, and you just got off the train and you want to get back on. What I really like to do, and I got this from Pat, and we talked about this at length, is you need to get back in shape to run. I'm not going to write it out. Let me just say it again. You need to get back in shape to start running. And what do most runners know is that the quickest way to get back in shape is to run. The problem with that is it's also the quickest way to get hurt. And I go through this a lot with my runners who are hurt. As I start building them back in their plan, I'm like, well, can I go faster than this? Can I do more than this? I'm used to running 50 miles a week. You have me running 15 minutes. The problem is when you have time off, it's not from injury or whatever. Your whole body deconditions to the idea of running. Your joints soften, your tendons soften, your muscles weaken, and you decondition, and you need to get back into the swing of things. So right out of the gate, I think it's really important for people to develop aerobic fitness. So number one is aerobic fitness. And how do you do that? It's by doing cross training. It's by doing, is that really blurry? Hold up there. That's a little better, maybe. It's by doing things that are non-impact. So steppers, biking, elliptical, weight training, swimming, rowing, all those things that are non-impact are by far one of the best ways to get back in shape quickly, because you have to develop this fitness. The worst thing that I see with most runners is they go out, they're like, I know running is the quickest way to get back in shape, so I'm going to start doing it. And you get out there and you're just dogging it, and you're huffing and you're puffing, and you're feeling beat up. It's nice if you can go out and just establish your breathing and not feel like you're starting from scratch. So the first stage is to develop your aerobic fitness, and your second is I'm going to call it 1A. 1A is your strength. Like, get going on some strength training, because the strength of your muscles and your tendons are going to really be relied on for when you're running. And if they're not there, it's an easy way to shore up and get some pain and aggravation and really quick into injuries. So you need to spend some time developing your aerobic fitness for a little bit. One of the best things is spinning. So you go to a gym, if it's open, you spin, or you do the Peloton or the poor man's Peloton, which is just the bike and the app. Whatever you want to do, spinning, I can tell you, it may be one of the most boring things. It's actually, I don't think it's that boring if you're actually doing a real class. But spinning is one of the best ways to get back in shape after injury or hiatus. So please use that, and don't just say, I'm going to start running again. And then what I like to do, depending on your running history, the more experienced runners who've been running for a while, there's a couple things that go into this. How long you've been running for, how injury prone are you? Just like you can do like a quick, like, I'm really injury prone because I'm always hurt. I'm never hurt, so I'm pretty resistant to injury. That goes into the mix too. Also, how much time you had off. The longer, the harder it is to come back. But what I usually like to have people do, depending on your level of fitness, is I like to have them start off with working up to 3 miles, with anything between 2 to 10 minutes of running, with slight walking breaks in between. So it legitimately could be, I walk for 10, I run for 10, I walk for 2. I run for 10, I walk for 2, I run for 10. And you're working up to 3 miles of total running and building it up. I've talked about this a lot, and you guys know the C word, which is consistency. And there's a lot of pressure to spell big words, right, when I'm up here in front of you all. But consistency is key. So what we really want to make sure that we're doing in our return back to running and getting back in shape to run is making sure we can keep that consistency, because this is what I see often with my runners is they get super excited. They like, I put a flag in the ground. I'm going to start getting back in shape. I'm going to start running again. I'm going to get over this injury. They're super excited and they end up hurt a couple weeks later or a month or two later because they weren't developing their consistency. They just kind of ramped it hard. So we want to be in this for the long haul. So you're going to work your way up to 3 miles. I generally say this could take probably, I would say, a minimum of 4 weeks. And you would spend 4 weeks of just getting back into running shape with running. And this stage before this would probably be anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks, depending on how long you've been off. If you've been off for 2 weeks, not a big deal. If you haven't run in 6 months, you better believe that you should be developing your aerobic fitness, your strength, and then starting this up. So just get your consistency flowing, start working through that. Don't just say, I'm gonna run 3 miles today. I guarantee about 50% of people will get by for a short period of time. And I would say 50% of people probably just crash and burn because they just way over the top getting beat up. So just be careful on this. Make sure you're building your consistency. And then how do you go from this to running more, right? So if you're looking to build up from there, or maybe you're a walk runner, I like to keep my walking, I like to get it down to 2 minutes and then hold it steady. So if you're like, I walk 5, I run 5, try to work that back down. So you can get your walking down to 2 minutes, and then you can I suggest taking your running up with that. So as you get going, like if it's walk 5 minutes, run 2 minutes, walk 5 minutes, run 2 minutes, keep 2 minutes the same, and then just add on with the running up to 5 to 7 to 10, and keep this up. Once you're running 20 to 25 minutes, that's with running, you can break away from the walk runs and just be steady with it and build up from there. But if you're a runner who's really struggled to get back to the roads and you're like, I just keep getting injured, or a lot of times it's that cycle, right? Like you're off. This is a cycle I typically see. So run, injure. Usually this injury takes about 3 to 6 months of denial before you actually have to stop running. You go into rest and you get to this, like, I'm gonna write OS, oh shit stage, where you're like, I really need to get back on the horse here. I'm a mess. And then you try to get back into running too quick, and then it leads to injury, rest, and they get stuck in this circle where they're not running more than 3 months at a time because they're consistently, something's nagging them. Don't get me wrong, as you get older, you're gonna run with some aches and pains, but talking about the tendinitises and the hamstring tears and the plantar fascia stuff, if you're stuck in that cycle, take a step back, get whole. There is, and I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, there is a period of rest involved in this if you're hurt. So go into the injury management protocol. That should help you work out a little bit. Okay?